Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of Inside THC. You already know what we're going to be doing this episode. As you see in most of these episodes, we're going to be diving into a music video behind the scenes. Well, that's what this one is going to be. Sometimes it's something different, making shirts, how to get your music distributed. But this one we're going to be going into just a song behind the scenes, and it's going to be the song Right Now. And I'm sure some of you have seen it already. It's definitely a very different music video. I'm looking very different than I did in the music video. So just to get into it really quick, the thought process behind that was basically to do it's hard to explain, but just kind of a visual that was definitely different than what the actual song sounded like. The song is a little bit of an alternative, maybe even like a rock hip-hop sound with a guitar in the background and lots of cymbals and different drums and different things like that. So we decided to dress up as rock, hair metal rock looks, and that was the music video. And in this episode we're going to be going through the beat breakdown, and then a music video breakdown, and then probably just some behind the scenes of the filming, and that's going to be about it for this episode. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, and we're about to get into the on-scene footage of when we film that music video. So today we're filming the Right Now music video, and as you can see, I'm kind of in a different type of garb. There's David in the back. It's not focusing here. It's not focusing, it's fine. This is gonna be our best music video yet, and I could already tell that it's gonna be, as you can hear the music playing in the background. I've had somewhat of a personality change. After the music video, after you guys see the breakdown of the editing, I'm gonna show you guys how I made the beat for Right Now, and that's about it. So transition into my hair.
Whoa, your shadow looks crazy.
How we got here?
Can't be identified.
One more time, yeah. That's...
You just be walking in circles saying that over and over?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's...
That was fire.
Like, I want you guys to actually leave in the comments
actually tell us
who is making the sound. Who is making the sound right now? Yo guys, we're gonna get right into this music video breakdown. Basically, it's a lot of keyframing. If you know about keyframing, this is gonna be pretty easy to follow, and some masks. So this first one, I just had a text generator online, brought in the images of the text, and now it's keyframed into frame when I want it to be keyframed into frame when I have that voice tag. The second one's pretty cool. It's 3 clips. The bottom one is me. The second one is the clouds, which you'll see it's actually a shape mask. That's how I did this effect. It's just a shape mask in Final Cut. And then the top one is me again. So there's 3 clips because the top one is the actual shape mask over my part again. So it's 2 of my parts. And I have the shape mask on the very top layer so that I can fade the bottom layer away, and it's going to look as if there's clouds behind me, as if I'm flying, you know. Just something kind of interesting to do. And yeah, it's just a shape mask, and it's kind of some, you know, human ingenuity, I guess, if you want to call it, because I could have made it more complicated if I just had 2 clips, but I made it easier on myself, did 3 clips, and it was super easy to do. And I made it easier, you know, just using the opacity keyframe, and that was basically that clip. That's how I did that. And this next one is going to be a transition that I made myself, and it's basically just a shape mask which I drew on the wall, and then as it goes into it using a keyframe, using the scale on the first clip, you're keyframing into it. This is obviously backwards, but you're keyframing into the wall, and you let the opacity down using a opacity keyframe. So if you know about keyframing, this is all about keyframing, just incorporating masks into these keyframes, and you can make crazy transitions. This is how I'm able to go through walls and different things like that, go through signs, you know, street signs. This next one is the exact same thing. Essentially, you take a shape mask onto the clip that you want to go through, you put it onto the thing that you want at the point that you want it. So I blurred the camera to make it look like it was a circle on the light, and then I put a circular shape mask over that blurred circle, and now I'm keyframing into it while lowering the opacity through a keyframe. And that's how I'm doing it, and it comes out really, really cool. You're going through the light of the microphone, as I say in the song. I just write red light, record it all. So I'm going through the light of the microphone, the red light of the microphone. It's crazy, but it's cool though. This next one's super easy. You just keyframe a picture down into it and then keyframe it away. That's just transform tool keyframing. That's very simple. You just get the PNG image and keyframe it in and keyframe it out, and I'm talking about crowns in it. It's pretty simple. And that's, you know, something that we use a lot actually. This one is actually just a simple transition built in the Final Cut, but I was actually kind of mesmerized by it because I saw how it doesn't It doesn't leave any frame where you can see the previous frame, and it's very smooth transition that I use there, which is built into Final Cut. And obviously, you know, we've got this elephant here that's keyframed into a specific spot, and basically all you do with that is you go clip by clip, transforming it, keyframing it to the spot that you want it at. It's kind of time consuming, but it's worth it because it looks like it's walking around. It looks like it's staying in the spot that it would look like in real life. This last clip right here for the music video, we transition into my hair, and it's just a simple built-in Final Cut transition, and I actually do that a lot for these. If you notice, I put my hand up to the camera and it fades out from black. Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm about to show you the beat breakdown of Right Now. This is one of my more positive beats and sounds that I've ever made. It uses a few samples and a few drum patterns, and that's about it, so let's get into it. So the very first thing that I use is this 118 BPM sample that I named Lil Peep because it kind of sounds like something Lil Peep would use. And that's the sample. And it's super simple. That's just what's used throughout the entire beat. And then another sample that I got is actually this 118 ambient sample as well. That I think it's reverse. It's a reverse type of sound. Those two together sound like this. And I think they blend pretty well, so those two together sound like that, as you heard. And then obviously I created some drum patterns on top of it, and then there's some different vocal effects as well, I believe, and maybe even some other effects like panning that I'll show you guys that I did for the vocals on the chorus, and I turned on gross beat for the sample. That's about it though, that's the whole song. Here's the first drum pattern I made. It's just something simple. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. Here's the fourth one. Here's the fifth one. The sixth one. Seventh one. And the eighth one is just an 808 with a kick that I use just a few times throughout it, so it's just like sprinkled in. The 808's really not in there that much. This is not an 808 heavy song. If we want to get back to the sound, this Right Now sound, if you want to hear this, the full beat, here's the intro, and then I'll stop it before my voice gets into it.
Richie Lee on the beat.
Look at the perfect time.
So that's like the intro. It's just, you know, these two samples. I've got my tag in there, which is, you know, somebody saying Richie Lee on the beat, and then I've obviously added this reversed like tail to the intro of it, which you can look that up on YouTube. It's just called How to Make a probably reverse tail on a vocal, how to do the reversed intro on a producer tag. It's super simple though. Taking out my vocals, this is what it sounds like, just the beat in general. So there's something interesting going on here with this second ambient effect. I turned on a gross beat that makes it repeat towards the end of it 3 times, so it sounds like this. You hear like the glitching effect. And that's just completed by doing a gross beat on it and then adding a automation clip down here, and I put up the automation clip when I want to turn it on, and I take it down when I want to turn it off, and that's it. Now let's get into the panning vocals, which might seem difficult in the beginning, but it's simply just an automation clip. You do that by going to the panning for the sound, and you right click it and click automation clip, and I make David's vocals go to the left, mine go to the right, and then they switch halfway through the chorus, and that sounds like this, and you can see it when the automation clip, what happens.
Tell me who's making this sound right now. Tell me who's making this sound right now. Tell me who's making this sound right now. Tell me who's making this sound right now.
And it's hard to hear, but our vocals are actually swapping the pan and then back and forth. So that's cool. That's definitely an interesting effect, and it adds to this song. And it's a simple song, but that's about it. And then here's what it sounds like just all together.
Tell me who's making this sound right now. 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 Incision my existence into fragments. We've been on our final chances. I don't even know I'm rapping, but I'll spit until I can't. Stand at the gala, accepting my medal for killing these beats and riding the treble, not settling. Cause I'm better than I've ever been. I work like medicine.
I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate everybody watching all these videos. So if you like these videos, make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want more behind the scenes of our music, how I make the music, how we make the music, breakdowns of the beats, breakdowns of the music videos, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching the Beat Breakdown. Right now is out on all platforms.